Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of From Me to We with Pastor and First G. I am one of your hosts, Pastor Romel Parks Weekly, and this gentleman to my left is First Gentleman Damian Parks Weekly.
Welcome back. Glad to see everybody, or you see us.
After a long time.
Hiatus, yeah.
Long hiatus, but we are back, and we are excited about being back because there have been a lot of things going on that we think we can just plant a positive seed to kind of steer people in the right direction, relationship-wise, living-wise.
Absolutely.
Been a lot of things going on in our own life that we've been able to draw from.
Absolutely, definitely. So, moving into a new home, great neighborhood. The churches continue to expand and grow, and I think the biggest part of that for us is just the love that's come across back to us from everything that we've gone through. So thank you for everybody for all the love and support from family and friends, and certainly from our church members. It's been a great experience.
It has been. And we're looking forward to what's to come. You know, we're filming now during a very challenging, difficult period for everyone, particularly really for all of us as Americans, but even for us as an LGBT community as well as a black community. We just came out a month ago of the tragedy in Orlando, and then now having the ongoing problem with regard to police brutality and two individuals dying this past week, and of course then having on the heels of that shooting in Dallas. There's just been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff that has left a lot of people very disenchanted with where we're headed as a society. And although we certainly don't have the answers to those type of questions, we do know that just from a place of faith, we're going to make it through this.
Absolutely.
If we do things and handle things the right way, collectively as well as individually.
Absolutely. I think that this is definitely a spot where faith is challenged. But it's up to us to try to push forward and make sure that that faith carries through. That for those of us who have been have been Christians for a while, have been in ministry for a while, that we definitely use this opportunity to exercise our faith. Now is not the time to waver, and not to sound churchy about that, but it really is the truth. So we want to take this time to continue to pray, but as we both know, that it does take more than just prayer. And certainly I know that there are some people out there who are like, what? You're already clutching your pearls and everything else. But it will take some level of action in order for us to actually move, to make moves. And if you're not the type of person who's not going to go downtown and actually march in a demonstration and surround the police department and things like that, that's certainly understood. It doesn't mean that there aren't other things that you can do. You can actually take action right in your own living room, just in conversations with your family and with your friends and people that are around you who could possibly be influenced by just the words that you say out of your mouth concerning the situation, and you can make the good, the bad, and the ugly from those. So we certainly want to encourage you to make it the good.
Right. And look, everybody's, like you said, everybody's part to play is going to be different. One of the challenges that we run into, or I've run into, is when people have a certain image of what your activism has to look like. And somehow you're not legitimately involved or don't care enough because you don't do as they do. But in truth, everybody's participation, everybody's function is going to be different based on what's in your heart. And so we can just say is do something.
Do something.
Do something. Have those conversations. Speaking of conversations, I can say that it's been my experience, even with dealing with people who are deniers of the fact that there actually is a problem, or deniers of the fact that the problem involves race. Some people acknowledge there's a problem with police, but they don't want to talk about the racial layer. And what I find is that, some are just purposefully dismissive. A lot of people, they just don't know. They innocently don't know because they're not involved in that quote unquote world. They don't see it. And so that means that if we don't take the time to sit down and this is what's going on, not actually slapping them, but opening people's eyes to the reality. Some folk, they're just oblivious because it's not their experience. And it's different. We find this even in the LGBT community. It's difficult for people when it has not been their experience to really understand what it is to be gay, to understand what we're going through and the challenges because that hasn't been their testimony. So in the same way with matters of race, some people just don't know because it's not the America they know, and we need to show them, yeah, it's really going on.
It's really going on. I mean, in between being African American and being an LGBT person, there are a number of things that I'm oblivious to as well. That there may be some other social opportunities and situations that are going on that I'm not aware of. The great thing that we have now is that social media has put this right at our fingertips, from your phone, from your laptop, from your iPad, whatever. So there's not a reason, there's not an excuse to not be informed. Once you hear about a situation, do your research and watch the videos and listen to what some experts are saying. Everybody has an opinion, but there are some out there that really are telling the truth about these situations. So you not only want to be a person who continues to share and spread that information, but you want to open your ears and listen to these things as well. Don't be so one-sided on the things that you can't hear something new developing and something that's more informative and enlightening about the situation as well.
And if I can just from a pastoral perspective, just say this. If you are feeling something, please open your mouth. Share this with your family, share it with your friends. Don't bottle all this stuff inside because it's going to have an impact, whether it's positive or negative. The question is, whether it is positive or negative, how do you deal with it? How do you process it? So, it's a time where we're all feeling quite a bit. I've been rocked over the past week more than I have in quite a while. I'm not a very excitable person. Things just don't get me out of place very much. We all have different personality types, but I've been quite affected. And I've seen on Facebook a lot of leaders in ministry opening up about the pain that they've been experiencing, and the frustration and the disillusionment and the concern. And, it's real. It's real. And I think that, thankfully social media does afford us an opportunity to share those feelings. So, I'm going to say this. It's great to share videos. It's great to share memes and posts that share, good ideas and good thoughts. But write your own posts. Get out of you what's inside of you, and let the chips fall where they may. Will there be people who don't understand it? Yeah. Will there be people who get attitude? Yeah. But that's kind of how the world works. But don't let anyone silence your voice. You have a right to feel what you feel. Open up and share that. Let it out, because if you hold on to it, it is not going to produce anything positive in your life. So, amen.
So we are certainly glad to be back again and reconnected with everyone, to be your face. We are very humbled by the fact that a lot of you are actually continuing to ask where we've been and what's going on and when is the next From Me to We. So here it is.
Here it is.
And we look forward to getting back on track and getting things situated continually in our personal lives as we do what we can to try to expound it, spill that over to you, and just be grateful for what God is doing. And we look forward to the next episode and the next topic. Remember that if you have any suggestions or things you'd like to hear us talk about or discuss, you can email us at
frommetowwe@judahfirst.org. From me to we at JUDAH first.org.
We thank you for joining us, and we look forward to the next episode. And until then, be blessed, and God bless you.
God bless. Bye-bye.